It's game 2 of the doubleheader between the Baldwin Wallace Yellow Jackets and the visiting Waynesburg Yellow Jackets. The women took the win for Baldwin Wallace in the first one, and now it is time for the men's game. Cole McDaniel here on BWYellowJackets.com is where you're watching and listening live. I will be shortly joined by Luke Schradel. Taking a look at these two teams, the visiting Waynesburg Yellow Jackets come in with a record of 1-3 overall, and actually a couple losses in overtime. Overtime has not been friendly to them as of late. The overtime games falling early against Allegheny, opening the season. They did get a win in the next game, but on a 2-game losing streak, losing to Mount Aliosis. In overtime, 1-0, and then 2-1 against Muskingum on Wednesday. So looking to rebound here on the road against Baldwin Wallace, who come into this one with a record of 3-3 overall. And the Yellow Jackets are 1-1 at home. Getting this one started off, Baldwin Wallace going from left to right on your screen. An opportunity early, a shot from outside the bucket, and in to the goal. Wow, what a start. Michael Tusick finds the ball fall at his foot right outside the 18. We only had 11 seconds played in this first half. 11 seconds in, right off of the kickoff, and Baldwin Wallace already leading 1-0. And haven't even had a chance to go over the starting lineups yet before Tusick already burying that one. A foul in the middle of the field. An opportunity for the free kick for Waynesburg. So taking a look at the starting lineup for the visiting Waynesburg Yellow Jackets. Number 3, Ryan McCann. Number 6, Logan Corradi. Number 7, Tyler Moorbacher. Number 10, Daniel Hott, who drew the foul there on that play. Number 11, Samuel Hawkins. Number 15, Stephen Dowling. Number 17, Connor Jacobs. Number 18, Seth Masadi. Number 19, Logan Gonzalez. Number 23, Jacob Patterson. And number 99, Michael Frankus. Ball delivered into the box and cleared away by Julian Carres of Baldwin Wallace. As Waynesburg resets here, tries to recompose themselves after giving up that very early goal. We will take a look at the home Baldwin Wallace Yellow Jackets starting roster. In goal is number 0, Matt Weaver, the big 6'6" keeper. At right back, number 5, Brandon Garibaldi. Right center back, number 4, Trevor Ham. Left center back, number 29, Alex Kleck. And out at left back, number 31, Andrew Dixon. In the midfield, number 8, Alex Gibson. Number 6, Attila Nagy. And number 28, Nick Surowitz. You're on the right wing, number 17, Julian Carres. Michael Tusick, number 26, who got the opening goal. And up top in the middle, number 21, Tom Boozer. Free kick there for Waynesburg. On the near side, played off of Carres. Throw for Waynesburg. And still stunned at how quickly that goal came for Baldwin Wallace. Can't ask for a much better start, as it just happened to fall right at the foot of Tusick. And Waynesburg a little slow to close him down. And not much the goalkeeper could do back there. Just burying that into the bottom corner. A goal kick for Matt Weaver. Looking for Trevor Ham, the senior. And one of the captains on this team. Again, found another captain there in the middle, Attila Nagy. Dixon. Looking for the run of his forward. and could not quite link up with Tom Boozer. Just a bit offsides as well. Probably had a good 2 or 3 yard head start. Near sideline judge on top of that there. Ball back to the keeper. Frankus, the header, into the midfield. Some physical play there from Gibson. Looking for Quieres and being shielded off. Actually keeps it in play just on the end line. But Waynesburg able to get it away. Garibaldi applying the tight pressure. Beautiful ball to the far side in transition. Can Waynesburg take advantage from a tough angle? Probably should have slotted that one back across the middle. Instead of settling for that shot straight into the arms of Weaver. Very simple save for him there. Seth Masadi. Maybe a bit optimistic. But that was an excellent ball driven from Tyler Moorbacher. Five minutes played in the first half, the second game of the doubleheader. Lots of action around the OAC conference. We'll give you updates on what's happening in men's soccer. Trevor Ham working his way forward, finding Brandon Garibaldi's feet. Down the line to Gibson. Gibson slots it across the 6. And just cut out in the middle as Nick Surowitz was lurking on the backside. That interception there maybe crucial from number 3, Ryan McCann. Tusick, 1v1. Made a move here on the near side, and that effort there just a little bit too heavy on the touch. Out of play. Nagy looking for the quick throw to the feet of Quieres, holding off McCann. Working it back to the left-footed Nagy. Nagy looking for some help, switching it to the far side. Too much curl in the direction of Dixon. Dowling wins it. And Waynesburg just working around the defense right now, keeping possession. Not quite the ball Waynesburg was looking for there. And here comes Garibaldi in transition, slots this across the 6. Tusick and Surowitz were both there. An initial ball cut out, but Waynesburg not able to get away. The pressure still being applied here from BW offensively. Ham finds Quieres. Quieres doubled, turns, room to shoot to the back post, into the side netting. And that is 2-0. Yellow Jackets. Baldwin Wallace extending that lead early on. Already up 2-0, and we've only played about 7.5 minutes here. Of course, the visiting Waynesburg Yellow Jackets in their all-black uniforms, just as the women were in earlier, with the white numerals. New home uniforms for Baldwin Wallace this season. The white socks with the brown shorts. And then they have the white tops, and on the front has that brown stripe. And again, on the back of the white jerseys, the brown numerals. Dowling with the throw on the far side. Looking for some help, played back to Dowling. Looks to flick it down the line. Not able to find a teammate as it's off of Dixon. And that header flicked on by Waynesburg in the hands of Weaver. Kleck to Dixon. Ball launched forward and headed down. Hada shoved there into the side of Surowitz. Pretty easy foul to call there for the officials. Free kick quickly taken. Kleck in the middle, trying to turn, and just a little bit out of control as he's falling away, not able to get the contact that he wanted and add to his tally. "36 minutes left to go here in the first half. Again, Cole McDaniel here bringing you the coverage on BWYellowJackets.com, joined by Luke Schradel. And Luke, an early start here for BW, really exactly what they would have wanted here in this one, as Tusick gets that goal 11 seconds into the game. And then Julian Carries, who has the ball right now, cutting into the box. He got the second one through about 7 minutes played, and a header by Surowitz, just a little off frame, not able to get it on the frame of goal. Would have been tough for a goalkeeper to deal with that. We still sit at 2-0.
You know, a similar start to what we saw in the women's game earlier. BW gets off to a fast head start, and that'll get the momentum going your way.
Again, this Waynesburg team losing to Muskingum in their last game, having some difficulties. As Muskingum, a team in the OAC that has been improving, continuing to work on adding to that roster, but have had their struggles finding wins in the OAC conferences, really 1 through 9, really in the past, many years, has just been a total mix-up of who's going to be at the top any given year and where a team's going to fall. Makes it really tough. So again, back-to-back OAC teams for this Waynesburg men's team. Trying to play that one back. And deflected last off of BW will be a corner, as Samuel Hawkins not able to find feet there. But there is some height on that Waynesburg team. Possibly an opportunity to get somebody on the end of this. The in-swinger to the back post. Dealt with well. Tusick out to Kires. Turns and plays it to Tusick. Tusick on the run. Should be easily dealt with. And miscommunication between the goalkeeper and the defender. And Tusick can shield this, settle, and turn. As if that would have taken a heavier bounce back towards the goal, Tusick could have been in for a second on the day. Instead, just quite the interesting sequence there as Michael Frankus, number 99, the goalkeeper, comes out. Not maybe too much communication. And clears it directly into his player there. What looked to be some danger has been averted by Waynesburg. Trying to work it down the line as Kleck shields that off. Garibaldi near side. Finds Kires, who's checked into the middle. And just tripped up there for a foul. And a BW free kick is Tom Boozer. So 3 guys over the ball right now. Brandon Garibaldi wide open on the near side. And Waynesburg just realizes that, so Garibaldi goes into the mix as well. Tusick bails out. It's just Kires and Nagy. Nagy, the lefty, wants it. Whips it in. had the pace behind it and the curl. Started it just outside, not able to curl it all the way back in. And pretty easy for the goalkeeper to let that one go. Kleck jumps that. Excellent interception, but not able to find feet after winning the ball back. And Waynesburg from McCann. Back to Frankus. Weaver. He's come out on the edge of the box, and he deals with it. Excellent hustle and awareness from the goalkeeper. And that one should be a foul, and it is.
Last time we got a chance to see this team here at home, they took a win against Allegheny, and in that game, Kira's had the game winner. He starts off with a goal here. He's been extremely successful so far this season on the attack for BW.
This ball played long. We'll go out for a goal kick. And we talked about in the women's game, obviously, every team goes through it when you have a prolific goal scorer. Always a matter of finding who's the next up. Years ago, not actually too long ago, it was Rachel Bender on the women's side. And the matter of, whether it's going to be somebody stepping up individually or going to be goal by committee. I mean, BW's gone through the same thing here on the men's side. Danny Ruppel, all-time leading goal scorer, plays for Cleveland SC still. Home field is this field. And I get the pleasure of, not only being a former teammate of his in the past, but also get to broadcast those Cleveland SC games. So he is a guy who is just a prolific goal scorer where when you need a goal, you knew he was the guy to probably go and get that goal. That being said, it was a matter then of replacing him, seeing who's the next up. And right now, Julian Carres looking like he is one of those guys who can score some goals. Tusick, of course, got the first one today. No issue with scoring at all in this one. So far this season, they've been able to find the back of the net. A clever Maradona there from Kires, and that through ball from Surowitz, a little heavy, runs out for a goal kick.
Yeah, Buser, Tusick, and Kires have been the three that really look promising as a trio to score a lot of goals for this BW men's soccer team.
And they're young.
Yeah, and, last spring they got a chance to work with some of these other guys and bring them in and kind of teach them the ways sort of in that spring season, obviously not fighting for a championship. But here now you have some things together. You have an overtime win against Defiance on Wednesday, a couple early tests and tournaments, learning this team, and they're kind of finding their way in terms of goal scoring. And their defense is just as consistent.
Ball on the far side of the field. Last off of Waynesburg will be a BW throw. Waynesburg wins this, looking to break out in transition. Nagy intercepts it, floats it up to Kieres. Just a little bit short of him and easily picked off, but right now, Waynesburg having a tough time getting out of their defensive end. An opportunity to do so here. Ham applies the pressure. Almost forced number 6, Logan Karate, to panic a bit. Just try to play it down the line and all the way back to Weaver. Beautiful ball there from Kleck from left center back. Finding Tusick. Tusick's pass to the back post. Intercepted. Hawkins finds his left back. And beginning to work it around. Gonzalez open here on the near side. and McCann finds him. 1-2 there. Gonzalez. Space forward. And here comes BW the other way. Not much room for Attila Nagy to operate with. Gibson letting this run. It will be a BW throw for Brandon Garabati. Garabati, of course, a Berea guy. You can see just past the away fans stands over there for football games. Again, usually for football games, again, that is the visitor side. Past that visitor side of that section, you can see Berea Mid-Park High School over there. It's a new high school. It's got everything finished up there. Of course, a lot of Berea Mid-Park guys do end up playing here at Baldwin Wallace as well. Garabati just one of those in a long list.
Yeah, you love to keep your local talent, and that's a really important part of recruiting, is keeping guys that are in and around that are good, and Garabati being one of those guys has had a lot of success, and see the captain's band there.
Yeah, one of the big things with recruiting is obviously you want to pull in talent from other areas, not only in your state, but maybe even out of state. And this goes for all levels. But if you're letting good talent escape your area, that's going to hurt in the long run. If you can first start with the local guys, make sure you're pulling those in, and then get the other talent, that always helps with your recruiting. And you got a lot of guys here on the field right now, not just mentioning Berea. You have Olmsted Falls, a couple guys from there out on this squad. Lakewood. There are a lot of surrounding towns here in the Northeast Ohio area that you've been able to really haul in the talent right now, and you see that on this roster. Through ball from Boozer to Surowitz. Surowitz chops it back. Finds Gibson with the left foot into the box and gathered right at about the 6 there for Frankus. Playing it back into the middle is Hawkins. Patterson to McCann out to the far side, and that's where Surowitz will win it back for BW. 23 minutes left to go here in the first half. Baldwin Wallace still a 2-0 advantage. Again, in the women's game, that was the score going into the halftime break. It was the score for much of the game until some last-minute goals. Booster drops it all the way to Weaver and resets with Kleck. Brandon Garabati, plenty of room here on the far side if they can find him. Instead looking for Kieris' feet. It's taken away. Just having a hard time finding the feet of the forward, Tyler Moorbacher, for Waynesburg, who had an excellent ball earlier in the game. Hasn't seen much of the ball since then. Tusick chopped down on the far side, sets up a free kick. Kieres to Nagy. On the near side, Gibson. Turner maybe looking for the shot, instead going over to Kieres. And Waynesburg clears that away.
Just watching Booster there, you can see that he's got a lot of acceleration in him. He's quick in and out of his cuts. That really helps in soccer when you have to stop a lot and, change direction all the time. He's got a bright future ahead of him as a freshman.
Tom Booser goes to the bench. First sub for the Yellow Jackets of BW. And checking in is number 20, Shaheen Garamani. Ball all the way back from Ham to Weaver. Baldwin Wallace really here controlling the possession at the moment. Gibson in transition was looking for Tusick. That deflection only as far back as the defense for BW as they reset. Again, really aside from Weaver, the whole team's been pushed into the Waynesburg defensive half. This has just been attack after attack. Not too many shots as of late. Trying to break the lines in that final third, but had plenty of the ball, and I'm sure if they keep this up, there will be some more tests for that defense around their 18. Looks like on the next dead ball, we'll have a couple more substitutions for BW. Ham loses his footing, slides, an opportunity in transition. Hot hits the back of Moorbacher right into the heel, and Kleck cleans it up. Step over. Soul roll there from Garibati. Flicks it with the outside of the right boot. And back in the hands of the keeper.
Would have had a chance at Kieres, but it would have been offside. I think that's where his mind was going on that play, but just didn't develop the way you want it to.
Mentioned that there's a lot of action here in the OAC and men's soccer today. The Ohio Northern Carnegie Mellon game a little bit earlier was headed off to overtime as they were all knotted up at 2-2. The Mount Union, Washington, and Jefferson game was canceled today. The only other game that was happening right at this time was Wittenberg at Capital. Hope is at Heidelberg just a little bit later, and then the rest are night games at 7 o'clock. Wilmington at Denison, Worcester at Muskingum, John Carroll at Ohio Wesleyan, and Trine at Otterbein. Substitutions for BW as Dixon goes to the bench. As well as Julian Kieres. Checking in for BW is number 9, Zach Hoover. In the spring season, a lot of time at left center back for him. He'll be lined up at left back right the second. Also into the game is number 22, Ben Wilson in the midfield. Shaheen Garamani tried to jump back on sides. Near side line judge said he got right back on side. Thought he might have just been a bit off with the time that ball was played. Was trying to jump back, still in the process of that. Instead, pass was too strong anyway. Runs all the way back for a goal kick and several substitutions for Waynesburg.
Subbing in for Waynesburg, number 5, Alex White, and number 9, Ben White.
Alex White and Ben White in for Waynesburg. And that one out of play.
Also subbing in for Waynesburg, number 2, Jacob Nicholas.
Throw for Baldwin Wallace on the near side. 17 minutes left to go in the first half. You're watching and listening on bwyellowjackets.com. And today's Yellow Jacket men's soccer match is being brought to you by Cleveland Clinic Sports Medicine, the healthcare provider for BW Athletics, Dan Andrews and Olympic Forest Products, a global recycling company, and the Oswald Company for all of your insurance and risk management needs. Hoover puts that in the direction of Surowitz. Surowitz flicks it on. Kleck at midfield. Finds Wilson. Looking long is Nagy and cut out by Waynesburg. Dowling's pass flips up and easily intercepted, and both of these teams, last 30 seconds, each time they've touched the ball, seems like it's been going back to the other team. This one, goalkeeper able to find some feet here on the near side. And saw that Gonzalez was trying to get it forward. Waynesburg not able to keep a hold of it. And it can get frustrating when you're out there and you feel like you're just chasing and chasing and chasing, and that's what Waynesburg's been doing a lot of right now. BW making them do a lot of work by running around and defending in this half. Ham looking for the switch, just not enough leg into it to get all the way out to Hoover, who had gone forward from left back. Again, what you're seeing a lot of right now is you're seeing the left back, Hoover at the moment, and right back, Brandon Garibaldi, bombing forward a bunch. As Attila Nagy at his holding center mid position, the 6. He's been dropping in between the two center backs, allowing those outside backs to bomb forward a bit. And it's given them a lot of space offensively. Ball low, and looked like that was a shot. From far out, not enough pace, not enough to bother the keeper at all. And out for a goal kick. BW quickly wins it back. Tusick gets around the edge.
Great ball from Nagy there to play that in. Give Tusick a chance. Didn't get the greatest touch on the cross in.
Yeah, just a little heavy on that ball. Nobody on the backside, and we have several substitutions for BW. Three substitutions, in fact, here with 13 and a half minutes left in this half. Evan Scott into the game. Number 34, Nick Minovalovsky. And number 25, Brandon Eddy. It is Eddy applying the pressure there. Clearance flipped up in the air and some heavy contact. Of course, the center official right on top of that. Not going to be a foul. It's just going to be a throw for Hoover, who does have a long throw on the far side. Both seem to be okay. Both going up for that header. Just some incidental contact. Hoover to launch it to the near post. Get a flick on. It settles at the penalty spot. Scramble for the ball. And cleared inside the 6. Hoover wins it back, cuts back. The curler to the back post, high and wide. We're still sitting at 2-0 in favor of Baldwin Wallace with 12 minutes left to go in the first half. So quite similar in some ways to what we saw in that women's game. Again, the two goals coming pretty early on, even a little bit earlier in this one. But then, as of late, haven't been able to put anything else on the board. And we're starting to see a couple shots, but we went a little period where we didn't really see too many shots headed towards goal, which, you know, they've controlled possession. It's just been a matter of breaking those lines right at the last.
Yeah, and really just not allowing Waynesburg to get anything going, and that kind of just helps you anyways because of the possession game. And they've been so aggressive on some of these attacks. It's really kind of hit or miss for some of these offensive plays.
Ball played out to the far side. And going to be tough running towards the sideline, whipping your body around and trying to get all the way turned around. Evan Scott not able to curl that or put it back in. Play right there in the middle of the box. Sails out for a goal kick. And substitution for Waynesburg. Taking a seat is right back Dowling. And into the game is number 20, Jake Hall. Hoover finds feet in the middle. Cut out. Turning and trying to find some room to thread that through to Garamani. A nice look there. Just the flick with the outside of the foot.
Subbing in for Waynesburg, number 25, Chris Doherty.
Chris Doherty, number 25, into the game for Waynesburg. Garamani tries to split two defenders. Just not quite quick enough to get there. But recovers defensively. Gets tripped up. No foul. Play continues. McCann.
BW just continuing to keep the pressure on.
And just hounding Waynesburg, and that's how they won the ball back here. Maybe an opportunity to drop. And the shot just off of the head of a defender. Looked like that might have been going on frame. And ball going to roll all the way out to the far side for a throw for BW. 8.5 minutes left to go here in the first half on BWYellowJackets.com. At halftime, we will take a quick break, but make sure to stay tuned here for the rest of the action as halftime is quickly approaching. Foul there in the corner. Manivolowski. Just a bit of a push and some pulling and grabbing there in the back of the defender. Gonzalez settles, pushes it forward. And Gonzalez will take a seat. And checking in is Zach Barat. Barat his first touch of the game. Square ball into the middle, intercepted. Staying strong defensively, though, winning it back there. Finding some feet. Out to the far side. Waynesburg in transition. BW has the numbers back, but help coming from behind. And Hoover stands up strong and prevents Nicholas from going anywhere.
Hoover's won a couple of last times he's been challenged on a couple of these balls. He just has had the better opportunity at getting his foot in there that time, but a couple times before he really created some turnovers and some opportunities on the offensive end that BW really didn't get a shot on, but you saw how aggressive they've been in terms of the press in this first half.
Going to be an in-swinger for Waynesburg off of the corner here with the left foot looking at the near post. Flipped up in the air. Still BW needs to get it clear, and they do. This one sails high. Under the near side, takes a hop on the track. New ball in play already. And a foul there. Another pretty obvious one there. Easy call for the officials. An opportunity here on the free kick to have this one curling in. Again, one of the keys for this is when you have an in-swinger opportunity to be able to put this in the box, have it where it's going on frame, where it's curling towards that back post. So if somebody doesn't get a touch on it, it's already on the path to the goal. Instead, just floats it up in. An opportunity to shoot, and Weaver outstretched and parries that away for a corner. Again, going to need a lot more pace on that to get by the big, long 6'6" goalkeeper in Weaver.
Exactly. That's why you're 6'6", you know. That's why you have a guy that's so big in there and able to make those types of plays. I think if he's maybe 6'3", 6'2", he doesn't get to that one. And he's also got long arms. You can see it from here. He's got a great wingspan.
Ball dangerous, bouncing around in the 6 from head to head. And BW gets it away and intercepted an opportunity in transition, but just playing it down the line. McCann should get to this. 4.5 minutes left to go.
Big time missed opportunity there for Waynesburg. They had multiple shots at putting that in. Couldn't cash in, and you're down 2-0, and making that closer to halftime, that just hurts a whole lot more. You go into the locker room, you want to get something that can spark your team. I feel like that really could have done it for Waynesburg.
It always feels a lot better just being down 2-1 rather than 2-0 going into the halftime break. So a couple minutes left. See if Waynesburg can get anything going or if BW can add to their lead before talking things over and taking a quick break here. Hoover looking for feet. Heavy touch as that one was pinged in. Still around the 18, the shot. And that one saved for Waynesburg. A little bit of time to drain the clock. The eyes might have been lighting up for Brandon Eddy there as he fired that one on frame.
Yeah, not a well-placed shot right at the goalkeeper.
Had the power, just not. The positioning there on that ball. Place that to the near side or maybe go into the back post. We could be looking at a 3-0 game. Instead, still 2-0.
Sometimes your eyes get too wide when the opportunity presents itself and it just seems too obvious that you're going to put it in. Get a little antsy closer to the net. The best finishers are those who can calm those types of nerves.
Sometimes it's easier said than done when you're trying to put some power on the ball. You got a defender closing in on you, and you're trying to place it to either side. But again, still all the offensive opportunities really going the way of Baldwin Wallace. Aside from that little stint there off of that corner just recently for Waynesburg.
Yeah, if you were watching this game, you wouldn't think that Waynesburg has more shots on goal than BW. But in reality, the couple of times that Waynesburg has had a chance, they've had some good opportunities.
Yeah, maybe 2 of those shots on goal, tally-wise, could have been 1 or 2 of those slow rollers that just happened just to roll to Weaver, and he was able to pick up. He did have the one where he had to dive to the side and make that save. I do think that might have been going just a tad bit wide. I'm not sure if that was put on the score sheet as on goal or if that actually was off. But again, definitely the opportunities there on that corner, and we've been waiting for a while to get these subs. And finally on this dead ball for BW, the substitutes will come in. They're going to have 1 minute and 20 seconds to play. Gibson checks out, and Garibaldi checks out.
Checking in for Baldwin Wallace, number 10, Mason Morris, and number 36.
Number 10, Mason Morris into the game, as well as number 36, Colin Robinson. 1 minute to play. And a corner with the outswinger. Delivered low. And off of Waynesburg player.
Corner kick for Baldwin Wallace, number 10, Mason Morris.
As number 11, Samuel Hawkins, he was fronting that. So a short corner. This will be out for a throw. 30 seconds left. Ball into the edge of the box to the near post. On the far side, trying to counter is Waynesburg. 15 on the clock. Hoover giving chase. Might be able to shield this one off. Great job by Hoover with 10 seconds left. Can play this one up the field. Eddie just going to launch this one forward. And that will do it for the first half. The Baldwin Wallace Yellow Jackets go into half at 2-0 here on bwyellowjackets.com, where you're watching and listening live. Cole McDaniel alongside Luke Schradel. We'll be taking a quick break in just a minute, but Luke, I got to ask you, what did you think of that first half here for Baldwin Wallace at home?
Well, it was a dominated first half. I really feel like they had maybe 90% of the possession. You get your big-time goal scorers involved early. I think you have a great outlook moving into the half.
And for Waynesburg, what do they need to do maybe to get back into this one?
I'd say be more aggressive. I feel like sometimes they're kind of parking the bus a little bit and not challenging balls that, maybe can make or break the game.
And so that will do it here for this half. Again, stay tuned as we will be back for the conclusion of this game in the second half on bwyellowjackets.com, the home of all Yellow Jacket athletics. Cole McDaniel, Luke Schradel, talk to you soon. And we're back here for second half action. Second game of the doubleheader between Baldwin Wallace University and the Waynesburg Yellow Jackets. Coming into this one, exactly the same score line we saw in the women's game. Coming out of halftime of the break, 2-0 in favor of BW here at George Finnie Stadium, Tressel Field. And it will be Waynesburg who gets the opening kickoff. They'll be going from left to right on your screen. That wind that is kept up all afternoon. Again, it's really blowing from left to right across the field. Just a tad bit coming towards us this direction, but mostly going to be at the backs of Waynesburg. Cole McDaniel alongside Luke Schradel. And the second half is underway. Again, you're watching and listening live on bwyellowjackets.com. The football game for Baldwin Wallace against Mount Union. Again, Mount Union always a tough power. That one concluded not too long ago. Ball there from Attila Nagy. Looking for Booser. And taken off of him. And here comes Waynesburg in transition. Just needs a good through ball all the way back to Weaver, and that one will roll harmlessly back to him. But again, mentioned the Yellow Jackets actually staying with Mount Union for a little bit earlier in the game, but from then on, the Purple Raiders took over, winning that one 31-7. So pay attention as Baldwin Wallace football be back in action here next week. I believe, Luke, you'd said it was Heidelberg who they'll be taking on. It's Garibaldi slots the ball across the box. Will roll out for a goal kick.
Yep, Heidelberg on the 25th. We'll be there for that one. I know I will be. I'm not sure who will be alongside me at the moment. But it's going to be good to get some fall football back here in Tressel Stadium. Tressel Field.
Just 2 minutes played so far. And Waynesburg didn't get much going offensively. Really, that corner where the ball was right there inside the 6 and just needed somebody to get up and head it and put it on frame would have been a goal for Waynesburg if that were the case. Aside from that, really not too much offensively. So they're really fighting a bit of an uphill battle here in the second half, as BW had controlled possession in the first and looking to do the same here in this one. Kieres cross all the way to the far side. Hoover gets the start here in the half. Nagy going towards his left with his favorite left foot. Hoover to the far side to Garibaldi.
Hoover really had a strong first half, in my opinion. The 30-minute run that he had, played a lot of great defense.
Yeah, and Hoover had a good run, and that's why he's out there again right now. As the start at left back was Andrew Dixon Jr. Again, played at Berea Mid-Park High School. Again, had a strong first half himself as well, but Hoover's defensive ability really shined when he subbed in. Here's a shot, turning around, falling away, not able to get much power on that with the left foot is Nick Surowitz. Interception in the midfield and firing long. Gibson way over the crossbar there, out for a goal kick.
A little more power gets that one in. Frankus was a bit late to get to that ball. Kind of jumped on it at the last second.
And this ball getting way back, and McCann coming through and sliding to get to that before Kieres could get there. Booser back to Ham. And out to Garabati near midfield. Finding Surowitz, and Surowitz just looks for Booser. Booser slots it back across the 6. McCann tracking back and clears it away. Excellent ball movement and a crisp, clean pass there from Surowitz. I guess a fun fact is Nick Surowitz's name on the team since he's been a freshman and been there for a while. As that shot goes just a little bit wide, looks like a tip and will be a corner. Surowitz's nickname is Saucy Surowitz.
That's a good nickname to have. I don't think you can get a better nickname than that.
And Surowitz will go into the box as Kirace will take the corner here with the in-swinger. Floats it to the back post, looking for Ham. Headed away by Hawkins. Strong tackle there from Ham. He wins that one for BW. Hoover, as he chips that one, is taken down. And Hoover not happy with the contact there from Dowling. It almost seemed like after the foul Dowling had on Hoover, got a little bit caught up with the feet there. Gets it sorted out. Yellow Jackets, free kick here for BW. And Nagy will look to put it in the box. To the back post. Hoover gets to it first, just not able to get quite high enough, and heads it straight up in the air.
Great ball by Nagy. Really gave Hoover a chance to put that one in. Dangerous opportunity for the BW offense in this second half.
Yeah, just put it right on his head, but the pace on that, again, Hoover maybe saw it a little bit late. Here's Kirace across the box. That flick away, only out as far as Hoover. Hoover to Surowitz. Kirace coming back from an offside position. Looks like he just got onside by the time that ball was played. Tusick scored the opening goal of the game. And Garabati all the way across the field, out for a throw for Waynesburg on the near side. We've played 7 minutes in the second half. Again, a reminder that it was supposed to be a doubleheader again for men's and women's soccer tomorrow against Olivet visiting. The women's game was canceled. Men's game moves from 3 o'clock up to 1 tomorrow.
I love the ball movement from the BW offense so far in this second half. They've been really spreading the love around, giving some creative chances, and they've got a couple dangerous opportunities.
Kleck splits 2 defenders, finds Nagy. Nagy with a little bit of backspin looking for Kirace. Kirace runs it down, turns into the box. And Kleck up into the back of Moorbacher.
Nagy's done a good job, particularly on sending those balls on the through ball on that far side. He's had a couple of beautiful through balls down that far side.
Gonzalez floats it to the back post. We'll roll out for a throw. Down pinned deep in the corner. Waynesburg will look to lock this one in.
Waynesburg's fourth corner.
Yeah, it's going to be a throw right there near the corner flag.
Oh,
for BW. It's last off of Waynesburg. Garabati from right back. He's been coming forward a lot. Ball to Kirace. They've got a man advantage in transition. Kirace wanted the shot. He did have Surowitz open in the middle if he could have found him, but saw that goal and fired into the side netting on the outside. Would have been a tough angle to sneak that one in. Still 2-0 BW.
Waynesburg's done a good job of defending that cross in, and that time they kind of switched things up. kind of gave Kira's a different look, and he decided to take it himself. Wasn't the best opportunity.
Tusick, even though that one's going to find the back of the net. Offsides. Started his run a bit earlier. Got on the back shoulder of the defender. Off by a couple steps. Line judge on the far side all over that one. And we'll get play restarted here. 10 minutes played in the second half. And you're starting to feel that as Waynesburg really hoping to get forward, this game's opening up a little bit. Here's an opportunity in the middle. The save by Weaver, the initial save. And Ham coming across and clearing it away. Excellent job by the senior Ham as Weaver was on the ground after making that initial save. If Ham didn't get to that, could have been an opportunity for another shot and a rebound and put in the back of the net for Waynesburg. Instead, here comes Tusick the other way. Slowing it down, looking to go 1v1. Instead, plays it across in the middle, and that one is cut out. Quite the action we had there. The last 45 seconds of gameplay.
If Ham doesn't clear that, there's 4 Waynesburg black jerseys in there to get that in for sure.
And lots of credit goes to Matt Weaver for making that initial one, but his defenders, rather than watching and hoping that he just gets it done himself, again, they were there to cover for their keeper off of that rebound. Just excellent defending, and that's why we're still sitting at 2-0. But you feel that this game's just getting stretched out and opened up. It feels like Waynesburg, again, they win in transition there. BW in transition the other way. As Waynesburg continues to push forward, there will be opportunities for BW to attack.
Yeah, I thought in the first half Waynesburg was a little more passive than they had to be. They've been a little bit more aggressive as of late, and that has created a bunch of opportunities for them. No shots on goal yet in the half, but really felt like they had some transition opportunities.
This afternoon's Yellow Jacket men's soccer match is being brought to you by Medical Mutual of Ohio, the healthcare provider of Baldwin Wallace University, Buffalo Wild Wings in Medina, Strongsville, and Warrensville Heights. Buffalo Wild Wings, the ultimate place to get together with your friends to watch sports and eat wings. And Barron's Bus, the official charter bus company of Yellow Jacket Athletics. Waynesburg on the near side, couple step overs there. And I'm not sure about that foul call, honestly.
I felt like Nagy was there pretty early to make that play. Not sure.
Nagy got all ball there. Yes, there was the carry through of Masadi. Ended up running into him as Nagy was on the ground, but that was all ball from the start. I think officials been on top of everything really so far in this one. Maybe the first really questionable call there. This sets up a dangerous opportunity for Waynesburg to try to put one on frame. Going to take a lot to not only get this up and over the wall, but be able to get past Weaver. Daniel Hott looking into the middle, and he fires, and he hits the crossbar. He had the pace on it, and Weaver was beaten. If that was down just a little bit, that would be a goal for Waynesburg. I guess what BW is probably going to say is, ball doesn't lie.
Exactly.
As that one was nearly going in.
Really great pace on it, like you said. I just feel like I don't think that he would have gotten there if that goes a little bit lower.
No, and he was flat-footed there, probably not expecting the pace to be on that. And to be quite on frame, I think all Weaver could do was look and just hope that the crossbar was there to help him out. It was going high, and the crossbar was helping out Weaver there, that's for sure. Still 2-0. Waynesburg in transition again. Across the 6. And Weaver hauls that one in. We've played 15 minutes here in the second half. And Waynesburg starting to pick up a little bit of momentum. Everything in the first half was really BW's way, even for the first couple minutes of this one. As the game started to open up, a few opportunities now for Waynesburg as they're trying to get on the scoreboard. Nagy looking the direction of Tusick. Cut out by Jordan Patterson out of Beaver Falls, Pennsylvania. Daniel Hott, the senior midfielder of Cumberland, Maryland, again, who hit the post on that free kick. Might have an opportunity to get up into the box here quickly, as they're going to have a free kick, an opportunity to put this one in. Looks like Logan Karate, who takes the corner kicks. Going to swing this one in. Oh, and BW in transition. We got 2v2. Tusick and Kieres. Tusick slowing it down just a bit. He's got plenty of room to find Kieres, and he does. Booser, the help. Kieres touches it by. The shot. It's saved on the initial play. And Tusick looked like he was going to have an opportunity there. He headed it on frame. And Michael Frankus gets the save. Looked like he was going to be beaten, but he hopped to his feet really quickly and kept this one at 2-0.
Really great reaction there by Frankus. He thought it was coming close pipe on that first shot. Didn't exactly get there. But then it pops right back in the middle, and he's ready and makes the right play.
Several substitutions for Waynesburg. Checking out Seth Masadi. Coming in is number 9, Ben White. Also over to the bench is number 10, Daniel Hott. And into the game on the far side is Alexander White. Gonzalez settles that. A little bit of possession here. Heavy touch by Dowling. Right after they were piecing together a couple passes, squander it right back to BW. Ham up near midfield, looking for the long ball towards Surwitz. Surwitz going to get to it first, and that one with the left foot, trying to play it across, straight into the chest of Dowling, out for a throw for Hoover. Launching it into the box, gets it all the way to the middle. Tusick outside the 18 to Garibaldi. Excellent turn there and settling it. Not able to find Kieres though is Garibaldi. And Waynesburg looking to break in transition. It will be a throw for BW.
Well, I tell you, it's been a tale of two different halves so far. In the first 15 minutes or so, Waynesburg really kind of finding their groove. But BW has had some great opportunities. I think that those were all in transition sometimes. But Waynesburg looking better out of the half. Looks like they've made a couple of adjustments, if that.
Ball played all the way back to Weaver. And an update here in the OAC. Ohio Northern ended up winning that game in overtime, 3-2 over Carnegie Mellon. The game between Hope and Heidelberg in the first half knotted up at 0-0. And the other game going on right now between Capital and Wittenberg, right at the end, last 4 minutes to go, Capital has a 1-0 lead over the Tigers. For BW, Hoover on the near side, making a bit of a move inside, finding Booser. Booster with a little back heel. And not able to connect. Zerwitz has space to turn. Finds Booster. He's got Kirace ahead of him. Kirace drifting off sides. Booster fires. Looking for the far side. Just off of the fingertips of Frankus, but not able to parry it far enough. And off of his fingertips, it catches the inside of the post and takes a friendly kick for BW into the back of the net. And there we have it, 3-0.
BW challenging Frankus a lot in this second half so far. That shot made him once again jump really far to his left, and he really just didn't have the amount of power on his jump to get him over to that left side pipe, and it just slips right past his fingertips.
So substitution is Dowling will check out. Into the game at right back is Ryan Mills. Something you said earlier in this one as we were talking about who the goal scorers were going to be for this team this year. You know, still early in the year, but up front on the wings and at the number 9 at the center striker, we have several guys that we're going to be watching throughout this season in conference play as well. As Michael Tusick gets the first goal, Julian Kirace, and then Tommy Booser, all three that you mentioned now have a goal to their name in this game. Here's a floated ball to Tusick, going to be a heavy touch, and Frankus comes out and collects that. So 3-0, 25 minutes left in the fourth.
And you can really see some of these guys develop right in front of your eyes. And, you know, Coach Ayers, he was telling me that, yeah, we have a really young team, but we have a lot of seniors that were really helping out guys and just kind of pushing them forward. Guys like Attila Nagy, you know, all sorts of guys that are just big-time leaders helping this team out. Ham as well. It looks like the combination of those senior leaders and some of the younger guys with a lot of talent are making this team fun to watch.
Can mention just about halfway through the second quarter, so hitting the final fourth of this game. And things were evening out a little bit. And coaching staff, parents not happy with that as Tusick takes some contact there. But again, maybe that goal does keep swinging things again the way of BW, where then they can control possession like they did in the first half. Again, perhaps also Waynesburg, they did a lot of chasing earlier, maybe starting to wear down. You might start seeing the fatigue beginning to set in.
You can kind of see in some body language, and sometimes when there's a foul, you can just kind of tell that this Waynesburg team's a little bit frustrated with the way things started.
And heavy contact there in the middle. And Tusick pulled down from behind as the ball was floated up in his direction. We're going to have a penalty kick. And I believe that Julian Kirace will take this one, a chance to make it 4-0. As Tusick was there in the middle and Hoover was looking for him. Pretty clear that he got pulled down. And again, the official was in a good spot to see that one there. And again, another straightforward one. And an opportunity with the PK for Kirace to get his second of the game. Frankus on the line. Kirace goes to the bottom corner, off to the right-hand side. Frankus dives the wrong way into the back of the net. 4-0, BW.
And there's Kira's fourth goal on the season. He had one game winner against Allegheny and 2 today, along with one before that. So really kind of turning into the prominent goal scorer for this team.
The brace for Kirace coming with just under 23 minutes left in this one. So in the first half, the two opening goals in quick succession. Only about 7 minutes separating those two first goals. Then we went all the way until the 65th minute when Tommy Booser got the goal. And now in the 67th, make it 4-0. Still plenty of time to add to the total if you're BW Again, 4-0 is what we saw in the women's game. Shaheen Garamani had just checked in, and he just took a lot of contact. Bit of a hard foul. Again, believe he'll be up and okay. He's going to hobble this one off. Tusick put this one out of play to let Garamani get up. Of course, check in, making sure a teammate is okay. Waynesburg throws this one in. Takes a bounce there in the middle. Kieres will come back from right wing to gather it and reset possession here with Ham. Kieres from outside the 18. He wanted that one fired into the feet of Logan Carodi. Here's Kieres once again, that tight dribbling ability. Looking for Garamani. It's poked out by Waynesburg. Opportunity for another long throw by way of Hoover. And he is the strength to put this right in the middle of the box. And he puts this right on the head of the goalkeeper, Frankus, who gathers that. Frankus, the freshman goalkeeper from Bethel Park. Ball played back to left center back Jordan Patterson. Trying to do a bunch with it, and that might just be some frustration there from the center back. Trying to make people miss and do all the work on his own. Smart play, though, from Samuel Hawkins, the left winger, to drop in and cover. If he weren't there, BW got in transition. Could have had a numbers advantage. But Hawkins, the junior, really helped them out there. Possession. Just keeping it at the moment is Waynesburg, working it around. As the next dead ball will bring us a couple subs for BW.
BW, in a way, just taking a look at their rosters, you can see the amount of players is a little bit different. Waynesburg doesn't have as many guys, so you talk about how they've been chasing all game. It's tough with a short amount of subs to continue to chase and be successful. So that's why we kind of seen them break down a little bit at this point. Kind of broke down around the 64th minute.
So a dead ball, so opportunity for those subs. Attila Nagy as well as Zach Hoover go to the bench. Number 31, Andrew Dixon Jr., left back, who started off the game. Back in action here now. And number 22, Ben Wilson, the midfielder out of Aurora, and was impressed with when Wilson subbed in, the way he moved the ball in the middle of the field. Getting plenty of touches right now as keeps finding it and feeding it out the other direction. Ham, plenty of room to get forward. The right center back, not too many opportunities to shoot. He does decide to rip that one from outside the 18. Thinking about those 3v3 drills in transition, there as nobody was stepping up to pressure him. And he thought he'd have a shot. It was deflected. Now a throw here on the near side for BW, and a lot more subs coming in. 3 for BW, 1 for Waynesburg. Matt Began, Jason Lambert, and Peter Petrie all into the game.
Number 14, Jason Lambert, and number 19, Peter Petrie.
Again, great to get to see some seniors touch the field.
Gives your team kind of a morale boost, get some seniors some playing time. Great work by Coach Ayers.
And head coach Reed Ayers, in his 20th year now, is the head coach of the men's team here at Baldwin Wallace. Ball played down the line. Cut out by Gibson. Finds Petrie. Play this one forward and Began giving chase. Began that tight pressure. Made it tough for the goalkeeper. Only gets it out as far as Jason Lambert. A step over, turns and faces up. Pushes it off to the right foot, finds Began. Began looking to his right and plays it back to Gibson. Began to Gibson. Gibson with room to shoot from outside the 18. Fires, deflected, and will be out for a corner on the far side. And we got a change at goalkeeper as well as Matt Weaver. Keeps the clean sheet for his night so far. And number 39, JT Brenneman in goal.
And in the goal now, number 39, JT Brenneman.
Just BW's fourth corner.
This one will be out here on the near side. At right back, a substitution as Garibati checks out. I believe that's number 3, Kyle Eddy on the far side.
Checking in for Waynesburg, number 18, Seth Zazabi.
Again, more substitutes warming up. Expect to see even more people coming off the bench here for BW in this one. As we tick down to 15 minutes left to go in this one. Eddie tried to get to that and save it. Just over the touchline in front of BW's bench. Waynesburg throw. Have to give Waynesburg some credit as well. The start of the second half, they had a different life and a different intensity that they came out with. You know, that free kick, you know, even though we disagreed with the foul initially, you know, almost capitalized on the opportunity they were given by the call from the official. Looked dangerous for a second there. And then once that third goal happened, I mean, you can see that the legs are a bit heavy. You know, the body language changed a little bit. The whole pace and feel of this game has definitely changed. And an opportunity for BW to get some guys some playing time who, during conference play, probably not going to see too much of the field. Or if they do see the field, want them to be prepared. Here's Began, 1v1, an opportunity, the shot, and pulled it wide. As he got through, and nearly an opportunity to get on the scoring tally. Began going to want that one back, the senior forward. You know, he could have laid that one across as Petrie was wide open. Could have been a tap in there. But I don't blame Began. Out there on the field, getting some time. Wanting to fire and get on that score sheet himself, and he was close. Just a tad bit wide, looking for the back post.
And you almost can't quantify how powerful being in the game and playing and experiencing how different the speed is to the high school game is for a younger player. Some of these guys are obviously seniors, but some of them are a little bit younger, and obviously Coach Ayers wants to get them experience in these type of games, so if somebody goes down, somebody can step up.
Well, the game's always so much faster when you're down there and running and playing it yourselves. You know, we get this perfect view from up top and get to see. When you're down the field, again, you don't have the eagle eye view of being able to see everything. And you have guys flying around all around you, people shouting your name, shouting different calls. It is a lot at times, and got to keep your head on a swivel and see what's going on. And like I said, it's easy for us from this view up here, but when you're out there, again, it is fast. Pressure being applied, trying to pin this one in. Ball back to Frankus. He'll play this to the far side. Heavy touch. And some contact there is just a collision between Doherty and I believe that was number 25, Brandon Eddy. Trying to spin away from that and just happen to run into each other. A reminder that this afternoon's Yellow Jacket men's soccer match is being brought to you by Santos Italian Restaurant in Middleburg Heights, a family-owned and operated restaurant for 35 years, and American International. When you require a company with proven performance, rely on American International. Lambert turns, slides, and looking for Began. Just a little bit too far out of the reach of Began there. Race here on the near side. A Cruyff and cutting that back. Looking for a curler, not sure if looking for the back post and a shot there or if that was a cross. But just floating wide for Ben White. Will be a goal kick. Another substitution. Several for Waynesburg. Alex Kleck will go to the bench for BW. So Dixon moves to left center back. Kyle Eddy switches over to left back. There's a run from the far side, looking to go forward. As that's Nick Tellisman, and Tellisman had just subbed in at right back, getting his first action of the day. Ball played into the middle. The diving header. A save from Frankus. He just got enough on it for it to go off of the post. And very, very nearly, as Began was there, as well as Petrie. And this goes out for a BW corner. On the back post, Began had Brandon Eddy wide open, and the freshman put his head down and probably should have gotten contact on that and been able to put that header on frame, at least challenge the goalkeeper. Instead just gets by him. Goal kick, and Waynesburg trying to get out of the pressure here. I have to say BW has just kept up the intensity, even with continuing to unload the bench. These guys have been hungry to get in this game and play, and they're putting it all out there. Petrie, an initial good slide tackle, but kind of got the ball rolled up under him and then was trying to play it from down on the ground. Again, can't do that, and foul called. Always going to be something the officials stop. A bit of dangerous play just from one of the guys on the ground and continue to swipe at the ball. Here's BW. Going after it again. Petrie trying to close it down. Instead, Mills looking for the feet of Moorbacher. Moorbacher just pulled back by Lambert.
The BW subs have really produced a lot of great shots. 3, 4, 5 really dangerous opportunities. 2 that Began really had a chance on putting in. And that means those systems are working for Coach Ayers.
Now pass here, bit of a hospital ball short in the direction of Kyle Eddy. And White was able to get to it. Here's a shot from outside and straight to JT Brenneman. gathers that and quickly feeds it out to Dixon. Working his way forward, looking down the line. Petrie lets it run. Lambert looking for Petrie again, and out of play for a Waynesburg throw. 7.5 minutes left. One-two between Eddie and Lambert. Step over. Garamani all the way across from his right wing spot. The left-footed cross to the back post and a shot. And Tellisman bombing forward from right back. Opportunity on the volley. Not quite able to get the solid contact he was hoping for. Out for a goal kick. And several more substitutions as Trevor Ham gets a rest. And Ham's day will be done, as well as Shaheen Garamani goes to the bench as well. Nick Manivolovsky in up top once again. And at center back is number 35, Andrew Chase, out of Collierville, Tennessee. That one going to be last off of Manivolovsky. Goal kick for Waynesburg. Quick look at what's up next on the schedule is Lancaster Bible College at John F. Wiley Stadium as Waynesburg returns home. They'll also have a home game against Marymount next Saturday. For Baldwin Wallace, next up on their schedule again tomorrow at 1 o'clock now, the game versus Olivet. And then they will also be at home again against Geneva.
Looking at the opponent tomorrow, Olivet 1-4 currently, just 3 goals in 5 games. They're on a 3-game losing streak, coming to Berea tomorrow at 1 p.m.
Both myself and Luke will be back here tomorrow at 1 for that game, and it will be streamed live on bwyellowjackets.com. Tellisman going to jump that pass and tripped up from behind. Free kick for BW. This one floated long up into the direction of Manivolovsky. And Frankus hauls that one in. Met the ball at the highest point. And now bombs it down the other way. Eddie will let it run for a throw. And the clock continues to tick down as we're under 3 minutes left in this game. Ball played in the middle. Petrie giving chase. Trying to hold off the defender. He gets the left foot to it. Just not able to get the shot on frame. Goes wide. Goal kick now for BW. So with this win For the Baldwin Wallace Yellow Jackets, they will move to 4-3 on the season so far, 2-1 at home. And Waynesburg falls to 1-4. And number 23, Jordan Patterson, the freshman defender from Beaver Falls, Pennsylvania, went to Blackhawk High School. Down out there, and the trainers, Baldwin Wallace, going to come and take a look. He's got his shoe off. We'll take a really quick break here on bwyellowjackets.com. We'll be right back with the conclusion of this one this afternoon. And we're back in play here as Patterson was able to walk off the field on his own power. Stephen Dowling played quite a bit of right back here this afternoon. Just for the conclusion of this, slides over to left center back. Foul there from Tellisman on number 5, Alexander White, out of West Virginia. Once this free kick is taken, we will be down to a minute here in the half. Kyle Eddy recovers, finds Began here on the near side. Tough to deal with for Began as that one was bouncing. Did a good job of dragging that along with him, but doubled and loses possession. Ball played out for a Waynesburg throw. Down to 30 seconds. Maybe an opportunity if Petrie can get to it. Slots it across the 6. Began was lurking, and Frankus makes the save, and that should be about the last big play of this one. Lambert, a strong slide tackle. And another tackle there from Lambert, as he'll just play this one away, or actually hold on to it here right now. Pass over to Tellisman, and that does it. Final whistle. 4-0. The Baldwin Wallace Yellow Jackets, again, the men's team here, same identical score as we saw the first game of the doubleheader. 4-0 for the women, 4-0 for the men. Mentioned that the men's team now have a winning record here right now, 4-3. Again, Waynesburg falling to 1-4. Myself, Cole McDaniel, as well as Luke Schradel, will be back, like we said, tomorrow afternoon. That men's game will start against Olivet at 1 o'clock. So make sure to stay tuned here on bwyellowjackets.com. We hope you have a great rest of the afternoon, and we'll be back with you tomorrow.